pretty good format, pretty good standing in this match. But due to this format, it's not all kill throughout the entire thing. So it's not just send out Clem twice and hope he doesn't falter for Team France. Every match matters here, including the upcoming 2v2 we're going to be having.
Ooh, yeah. Love a good team game.
Indeed, it's there's not enough team games, and so we thought it was worth trying to fix that. But anyway, here we are in the bottom left, representing Poland and Team XCOM. It's Elazer.
And in the top right, it is the Frenchman. He is blue. He is Protoss. He is PtitDrogo. Le PtitDrogo.
Yeah, I'm a big PtitDrogo fan. He's always a player that's fun to watch, and if you're not watching him play, you can watch his Twitter page for some just great memes. So
yeah, he's definitely one of the best Starcraft 2 memers right now, without question.
Oh yeah, he's had a solid run. Okay, so fun fact, guys. Not gonna say this is such a fun fact for PtitDrogo, but these guys actually just played a match on ladder while we were waiting for the players and for their warm up to finish. I guess they must have queued into each other on ladder, and Elazer actually took that game. So that could be a bit of a foretelling for the way this match is gonna go. But then again, PvZ on Juggernaut, you really can't say who's gonna win it or how the game's gonna go. This could be a 40-minute match. This could be Elazer doing the March of the Queens, which he seems to be fond of at the minute.
Oh my gosh. He absolutely loves the March of the Queens against Protoss right now. Has no interest in getting into the late game against that race. And as a result, he's willing to risk it with the Queens. It's a bit of a longer rush distance here on Juggernaut. A pretty big map, so I don't know how viable that particular strategy is.
He does take the forward base, though. That's the first step.
True facts. Very true facts here. What's up, Aki? In chat here. Ready to go for this PtitDrogo versus Elazer match. Production tab says it's a Stargate out of PtitDrogo. Are we surprised by that? I don't think
Stargate on Juggernaut? No way.
No. What's he doing? What's this crazy man up to?
Oh, man. Yeah, Skytoss is very strong on this map. And sometimes the games do go rather long, but like we said, I literally think Elazer's just gonna march the Queens here. I'd be shocked if we see anything else.
Alright. Well, I guess we're just counting down the day until we have enough Queens to start marching. Adept trying to get that scouting information. Really, this Adept goal is not to kill anything, it's just trying to see maybe the saturation levels on a base or the presence of a Roach Warren or things like that, but nope. Void Ray opening out of PtitDrogo. Who needs Phoenix? Who needs Oracles? Void Rays are great.
And it is a Twilight Council follow-up from Drogo, so he's not going ham on the Stargate units. As far as what this is going to be, I'm not sure. I mean, it could always be a delayed Dark Shrine, go for Archon drops, that kind of thing.
Could be. I mean, Archon drops isn't as popular as it used to be, but it is somewhat viable at this point. It's just, if you have an indication that the Elazer's going Roaches, then, like, no? You definitely don't want to go, don't want to spend any time on those.
Charge is the tech of choice from PtitDrogo.
War Prison Charge Lot all in?
It's been a while since I've seen this one, but...
Well, that's because Zergs know how to handle it. Like, yeah. I mean, okay, I said that about a month ago. We were casting something, and I was like, there's no way any professionals are going to lose to this. And then they lost to it. So I'm not going to say it's impossible for this to work for PtitDrogo, but I don't feel confident about it.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the 5 gates on the way. He's got charge, so he's definitely going to be going for an attack. This is not the typical 2-base right into the charge lot rush. This is going to hit later than the typical one, or the one that Classic used at IEM all that time ago. But yeah, This is still going to have a serious punch to it. The Void Ray, of course, has been denying the scouting. Elazer's got a Roach Warren on the way, but he just fired up 11 drones against a Protoss who's cut probes completely. PtitDrogo's got a third. That's a fake third. There's 35 probes. That's it for the Protoss player.
But fake third, interesting concept here. Is that enough to make Elazer believe that this isn't coming?
I think Elazer's in a lot of trouble here. I mean, it's going to be 8 Zealots on 8 Zealots on 8 Zealots. Now we see Spine Crawlers fire up. Elazer going to throw up a wall right away. That is a quick reaction there by the Zerg player. Is it going to be enough, though? In come his Lings. His Queens will be able to transfuse each other. Holding this wall at the natural would be huge, but of course, the Prism can potentially bypass that. 10 Roaches on the way for the Zerg player, though, as Elazer is sweating here.
Yeah, he's got to get those Roaches in good positions, and it looks like they're there. The Voider is here, too, to mess with some of the static defense, that Spine Crawler in particular, and it does end up going down.
Yeah.
But the Zealots, I don't know if they're getting into this natural.
Yeah, the natural might just hold firm here and be all that Elazer needs. Of course, if the third base dies, that does complicate things, too. Queen's working on the Void Rays that are doing so much damage to that hatchery, and the Roaches are now getting FaceTime with these Zealots, which is not good. These are slow Roaches, keep in mind, so they can't micro well here against the Roaches, and I honestly think Drogo's going to be taking this one with a dirty Zealot all in, it looks like.
The Roaches really need to be in a position where they can't be surrounded. They're pretty much attaining that sort of like this constant moving. More Roaches are popping in here. Another round of Zealots warps in. I don't know. I think the Roaches are actually doing all right.
Yeah, this is such an odd position now. So Elazer didn't die, but he did lose the third base.
He did, but he can replant that fairly quickly. He's got 51 workers to 40 for PtitDrogo. The aggression is over. I mean, killing that Void Ray would be awesome, but apparently nobody's interested in doing that right now.
It seems all the Queens have died. There we go. Those 2 Queens pop out, gonna shoo away the Void Ray. I hate to say it, but this Void Ray could actually cancel the third again. Oh, it doesn't prismatic align, and oh, the Spore actually does kill it. Drogo busy microing the Prism.
Alright, so a calm settles over the battlefield. Elazer taking, actually double expanding here to his original third base and a 4th base location. PtitDrogo is triple probing up his own third base. And another round. What an interesting choice here. I don't think they're getting this hatch. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Sure.
I guess Drogo just trying to buy time. Looking at the Protoss, the follow-up hasn't been super clean. We see Drogo's supply blocked right now. He's just throwing up a forge. He doesn't have gases at any of his bases except his main. And for Protoss, that's basically like, what can you make? Just Zealots, it seems. And that's why Drogo, I think, is still committing to this attack, because there's really nothing else he can make at the minute. And he's yet to throw up any other gases. So it's not like he's rushing towards some tech that's going to save him. He's actually just following this up with another attack. He does hit the third base. The 2 Immortals came out of nowhere, it seems. But here they are on the front lines being reinforced by all those Zealots. But as far as going for a kill on the Protoss, on the Zerg right now, I'm not sure that's going to happen. But he did just wipe out one of the bases.
I mean, it is 72 to 21 army supply right now. It's 23 Roaches and 2 Ravagers. I really think just going, yeah, there we go. I think going is what you need to do here for Elazer. PtitDrogo is obviously basically trying to Ling flood you from a Protoss perspective. He doesn't have any further tech. He doesn't have a killer economy. Or if he does, he doesn't have an army. So I think, yeah, let's go. Oh, and the front door is wide open. He's warping in additional Zealots, because what else is he going to do right now?
Yeah, these Roaches are definitely going to die. They're going to tag off some probes before they perish here. We're seeing 7 probes go down, 8, 9. And so Elazer does strike back finally in this game. He is rebuilding that base, which will be his 4th. He's also got notable upgrades on the way. He's getting +1 melee on the way, +2 missile attack for his Roaches. Is going to make him chew through those Protoss units as we have a pause for a second.
Elazer, are you okay? Maybe someone came to the door.
Maybe it's his food. It is around dinner time in Europe.
Oh. It's a quick delivery. We got it.
All right, there we go. Maybe Elazer just said, yeah, I'll get it in a minute.
PtitDrogo's got a Templar Archives on the way, which is going to be very nice.
There we
very
go.
Nice.
Does this feel too late for the Protoss, though?
No. It feels late, but I don't think it's too late. I don't think it's so late that he's doomed.
Okay.
PtitDrogo sharking down that right
Oh my
side
God.
with a bunch of zealots.
The Mad Lad.
So, man, 3 Immortals really makes the Roaches just kind of like run away.
Yeah, and Elazer has ceased production momentarily, but great corrosive biles hit that Protoss army.
Yeah, weaken up those sentries didn't quite kill them, but they are weak.
Wow, even hitting one of the Immortals, getting it down really low in the HP. Now, Drogo's going for yet another one of Elazer's bases. It seems the Zealot's going to reposition. The corrosive bile almost wipes out the Prism. Getting another Zealot Warpin is going to be huge for Drogo, but it does look like he's got to back out. Yeah, he's going to take the trades that he can. These 4 Immortals running away, they're going to have to be shuttled with that Prism as well as they can, but Protoss losing all their buffer is looking mighty rough right now.
He can't save all the Immortals.
No, he can't.
There we go. One of them does go down, and that one is also
he
just
needs the second Prism. Yeah, Drogo losing all of that is probably lights out, it seems.
93 to 32 army supply now. And Elazer on another offensive. This one should be a little more successful than the previous one.
Yeah, the Immortal's dropping, but yeah, like Psystorm's nowhere near done, or never even started, and GG gets called.
There we go.
Elazer takes the game. And
yeah, so it wasn't as clean as just like he held the all-in and won. It was definitely a little more strung out than that, but ended up coming out on top anyway. Good job replacing his bases, replacing his economy, and then PtitDrogo, yeah, like you said, probably too late on the higher tech. The Immortals did great, but he needed more than that for sure against the Roach Ravager.
What a great game number 1. Really showing off the depth of these two countries. As that was great. Our next map is going to be on Romanticide.
Excellent. An excellent map.
Romanticide, it's going to be a mirror matchup. It's going to be Soul taking on Clem. And this is an important match because I think everyone expects Clem to win, and I think rightfully so. But then maybe Soul can surprise us. He does take maps off Clem semi-regularly, it seems.
He is also a macro monster. Like, Soul's really good at certain aspects of the game. Obviously, he's not elite everywhere, but doing this against Clem does not seem, out of the potential options here.
This is exactly why we have a team match. The players getting a little bit spicy in chat. There's Polish being spoken and French being spoken, and I don't know if they understand each other, but they are giving each other a bit of a hard time.
Quack
in the
says
chat.
Soul.
And
Mana. Hey Clem, how about you lose here?
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I don't understand French, but I do understand Denver saying 4-0. All right. Making sure all the players are ready, and then we'll load into the next game. And once again, thanks so much to everyone for tuning into this team battle. It's great to be able to do one of these. Looks like both Soul and Clem are ready as we load on into the next match.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. These guys, they know each other so well. All these members of the European ladder are constantly playing against each other, talking trash. Should be good.
Oh, yeah. I actually cast a match between these two without even thinking about it yesterday. So, all right. Now, here we are in the top left, representing Team Cascade. And Team Poland. It's Soul.
In the bottom right, he's the current hotness. It is Clem, France's own golden boy.
With the amazing portrait, I'll say.
Yeah, the cute little polar bear. Aw. Where does that come from, I wonder? Why?
Why not?
Polar bear have to do with any of this?
Okay, so yeah, Clem the hot guy at the minute. And honestly, when one team has a player who everyone considers a favorite, who does things like win like 5 EPT Cups in a row, Takes down Cyril and Raynor routinely at the minute. You'd be hesitant to organize a team match, but this format we've got, and also the fact that Poland and all the players I think can take a map off Clem, is what made me want to organize this tournament. Because the format, guys, is we have the 4 predetermined matches, all the players playing, one of them being the 2v2, and then it kind of transitions into all kill at the end. So even if Clem, as expected, wins this map, Poland can still win, basically, and realistically, they can win all their other matches. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, this isn't a matter of Clem's just going to stomp his way through this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you on that. Lift. Last second lift. Terrans are so good at that.
Doors getting shut on faces here. This series is already brutal.
Oh, no. What's that? An SCV's coming? An Adept is coming? Wham! Shut that door. Last second, too. They never shut it, like, 4 seconds early. It's always the unit gets there and then the door shuts.
Never argue with a Terran. It always just ends with them storming out and slamming the door.
I wonder what the mentality is behind always waiting till the last second to shut the door. Like, why?
I guess, I don't know, maybe test your reflexes or whatever. Like, it's not the end of the world if the SCV gets in, and the pathing won't update if you do it at the last second, whereas I guess it might if you don't. I
guess. I mean, what are you going to do with your 300 APM at this point in the game anyway, I guess, is the idea.
Pretty much, yeah. I guess it is the pathing thing that your opponent will know that there's a solid wall at the top if you close it preemptively, because the SCV will just go derp at the bottom here.
Okay. So it just makes them scout for an extra couple seconds.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. So we got 2 Reapers versus 2 Reapers. The eternal conflict.
There is a Hellion here
for
Sol.
There's a Hellion.
So Clem overcommitting with his Reapers is a possibility here as he dives into the main base. There's a fresh mule that could be exposed here, or get just SCVs dying to these Reapers. Now, 2 SCVs going down so far is pretty good for Clem. He's going to make it 3, it looks like, but that did cost him his 2 Reapers. 2 Reapers for 3 SCVs isn't terrible for Sol. It's not great, as the Reapers lose their efficiency in the game.
Right, and now there are no Reapers because we're done with those. So Sol can move out if he wants. He doesn't seem to be interested in doing that. It's a little bit easier to scout now that your enemy Reapers are dead, but he's just waiting for the next attack. Sitting at the top of this ramp, an advantageous position for sure.
Yeah, keep those forces, keep those Reapers. They're a bit of DPS. They're tanking as part of the army. Clem's gone double Cyclone here, whereas Sol has not gone for any, as he's getting up a tank, he's getting up a Banshee. Both players kind of doing a 1-1-1 kind of thing for now. We'll see whether one player is going to try and take a bigger step towards macro or not, as Clem sends an SCV down towards the 3rd base location. Is this going to be an on-location 3rd by Clem? Wow.
Whoa! Certainly is. Look at this guy.
Yeah, feeling confident with the security of the 2 Cyclones he's got.
Sol starts a Raven. Clem's is almost done.
The thing about TVT is that, like, you watch the production tab and you're like, okay, someone's making this. And it's like, but what does it mean, really? And it's kind of tough to say. Like, how does a couple Cyclones here line up against Sol, who's gone for a tank and a Banshee beforehand without Cloak? You really never know how it's going to play out until it does.
Yeah, for sure. There are so many different varying configurations for units here. All of them seem really viable in TVT. It's a really, really weird matchup that way. So here comes 2 Cyclones and a Raven. Raven's going to do some scouting in first, see what's going on. Yes, 1 gas. Wonderful. We're going to auto turret harass a little bit. Oh, tank fire tells us there's a tank. Good. 2 SCVs go down for free. So auto turrets are free.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We'll take that. Yeah.
Gives a bit of a supply block to Sol. Sol now moves in. He's going to try and delay the command center. Looks like he will with the 2 Reapers. They quickly perish after, but he did confirm the 3rd on location for Clem.
And delayed it by about 5 seconds. That's pretty good. Banshee getting some kills too. auto turret being forced to chase away the Banshee, which is not what you want to do. Defensive auto turret, not as good.
Yeah, no, six SCVs going down in total here. The Banshee's still doing some work. Soul showing some great Banshee control. And this is one of those things. You expect the Banshee to get nothing done because Clem went for 2 Cyclones, but they were out of position. The Banshee will go down, but the game is looking very even right now. The players within a stone's throw of each other's worker count, unit count as well.
The third base is a concern for Soul. He's got his, but Clem's is on location. And going to be a little bit ahead on that front, but yeah, nothing crazy.
Yeah, the third base will just float over, so it's not that big of a deal. The push is a little bit scary right now that Clem's going for, but Soul with his own tanks, with his own Ravens, he's looking just fine. The Vikings for Clem are real nice, as he can actually control the skies and thus bully a little bit. We got Stim already about to finish up here for Clem. That's also significant. Whereas for Soul, it's really yet to start researching, literally. So he's gonna be playing defensively for quite a while here. And yeah, Clem's inching forward.
Oh, interference matrix on 2 of the tanks.
Yeah, interference
third one's
matrix,
available.
Auto turrets as well. Cyclone locking onto one of the tanks. Clem takes big losses there.
Oh, that was a gorgeous play. Sneaking around that backside.
Oh my gosh.
And then pushing the front.
Yeah, he got a Raven. He got, what, 2 tanks in that? And he kept his own Ravens alive despite committing on in there. Yeah, wow, that was huge for Soul. Keeping his Ravens alive is huge while getting one of Clem's. Cyclones for Clem are out on the map, hoping to get a pick off of maybe a Raven crossing the map or any unit that'll move out. And that's a real possibility. Clem's also now moving north with Marines and Medivacs. That Stim is strong. Soul, though, got a Marine in position to see this coming. Yeah, so far this TVT has really been delivering.
Yeah, anything, I mean, TVT can often be over in the first, 4 minutes, so the fact that we're coming up on 10 is nice.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You're like, this could have been terrible, but it wasn't.
Yay!
Oh.
And again, well, and yeah, TVTs can also end up going into 45-minute long games with tank positioning and battlecruiser transitions, so...
Yeah, particularly on Romanticide, that's the map which this can really happen. I mean, we saw how bold Clem was with getting up his 3rd base on location, and both players are now going for a 4th base. Sensor tower going right up for Soul as he takes his 4th, knowing how important that basically not being caught off guard is. Oh, bit of a misplay there by Clem as he loses 2 full Medivacs. Well, not full, but 2 Medivacs, and the Marines have to run away.
Medevac's doing their best to keep everybody healed up and happy. Do you think it affects the emotional state of Marines to be injured? Like, they perform as well as full health Marines, right? They're not limping around, they're not slow, they can shoot as well. But do you think emotionally they're like, this sucks?
Maybe. They're on so many drugs, I don't think it matters.
Ooh, good point.
They're just doped out of their mind.
So many, yeah, they're just feeling great all the time.
Well, I don't know about feeling great, but feeling nothing.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know.
This position's looking a little bit scary. Clem could siege up behind these minerals. Soul's got turrets in a bunker, but definitely lacking in the Viking count, as Clem's gone hard on it, 8-2 currently. He doesn't siege up in this position, though. Soul's tanks, I guess, enough to zone away Clem. And oh my gosh.
Oh. Is he going to get this CC?
It's going to be close, but
he has
not
to try to
quite.
repair it. Yeah, there we go. Tanks arrive, army arrives. Ooh, boosting into the main base, losing one of the medevacs. Kind of dropping around here, avoiding tank shots.
Oh, the Raven does get picked off, so Soul not leaving empty-handed, but this did not go as well as it could have for Soul. But there comes in the rest of the army now, moving towards that 3rd. Once again, Cyclones Gonna lock onto one of the Ravens, gonna pick that off. The tank's repositioning for Clem. His base will be saved, but Soul's aggression is just crazy right now as he's set up on the natural base of Clem.
Yeah, he's completely denying this base. Excellent job by Soul. Vikings flying in. There's not any anti-air to chase them away at the moment. The Ravens, considering what their next move is. Clem decides he can't reestablish this base and decides just to move out across the map and see if he can do the same thing to Soul. Holy smokes.
Soul scans, but he doesn't really know how far across the map Clem has got right now. He's got no idea where Clem is, and all of a sudden Clem's going to show up at the third base of Soul.
Yeah, he's pulling back, but not the fast army, particularly Clem is rolling, or Soul is rolling with right now. So he's got a couple of units to try to delay here. Interference Matrix going down, anti-armor missile all over Clem's army here. Does it matter? It looks like it's going to help a lot, as all these tanks are going to die. Soul, what a killer hold.
Yeah, that was not looking to be an easy hold, but the spell usage there was great by Soul. And yeah, I mean, Clem still hasn't resecured up this third base location. I believe he actually floated the command center to the north, just tired of having that vulnerable position be hit.
Wow, that was great.
Alright, players meeting in the middle of the map. Clem's army much smaller than that of Soul's out here. The tanks do get some good shots off for Clem. The +1 attack really adding a lot of damage on that.
Oof. Tanks just doing whatever they want there. That was brutal stuff. 151 and 152 supply. Very, very close.
Yeah, close supply, different unit composition. Right now we see Clem with a slight Viking lead, but he's really down on the tank count. Soul's basically just got a tank force inching towards Clem right now, and that's not an easy thing to clean up in a TVT.
No, Clem losing his tanks on the other side of the map is a big problem right now.
Yeah,
came back to bite him. We're landing the Vikings to try to help your bonus damage versus mechanical. They do okay versus tanks that way, but the tanks in the back for Soul are continuing to attack on in here. High ground tank trying to splash down, but the supply is plummeting for Clem compared to what Soul has right now. He's making 13 Marines at a time. Additional tanks, 3-3s on the way here, but Soul's is ahead, and Clem is on the back foot hardcore right now.
Yeah, the noose really tightening on Clem right now as Soul is able to get just more and more pickoffs of what Clem has. This base has to be mass repaired by SCVs, and it's those tanks. They were able to get into a critical position, and Clem isn't just cut off or potentially going to lose his fourth. His fifth is just a stone's throw away. So Clem's trying to get out on the map, make something happen, bypass those tanks. He does take an okay skirmish, but the tanks are still shelling away on his fourth base.
And he's keeping it alive to the power of repair, but that's a lot of lost mining time and resources going into that repair. That's not free. It's good, but it's not free. Yeah. Clem decides, again, I gotta get something done on the other side of the map, but I'm not sure there's an angle for him to do that. Soul's got a little defensive force here. That's a planetary at his fourth base. His third is not a planetary. This base getting lifted off, being denied entirely. Tank defending it, gone. Sensor tower, gone. Dude, is Soul gonna win this thing?
Yeah, this is just looking like checkmate. Clem realizes he's got to try and break this. He's going to do that now. Clem's micro on the Marines as he assaults forward has been tremendous this game, but it's not looking to be enough as his army is just getting swallowed up by these tanks. He may just clean it up. The Marine micro is actually insane by Clem there if you watch the individual Marines stutter stepping to minimize that tank fire, but that was a big loss.
Yeah, but after that 170 to 110 supply, I know Clem's good, but sometimes the numbers are just too much to overcome in a particular match.
Yeah, we can't count him out yet. He's a Terran with siege tanks, so there is a chance that Soul just throws away his army into Clem here. But it's going to have to be a great fight for Clem, and he's going to have to make that situation happen somehow. Soul now with the Vikings, though, is going to utilize their control.
Yeah, their ability to keep these medevacs out of here is pretty good. Clem's sneaking a bit of a ninja base at that 6 o'clock. That's going to be really important for him.
Yeah, Clem stimming forward with his Marines once again seems a little bit bold, but I guess he's just trying to get the Vikings as all of his medivacs go down. And Soul's now producing the Liberators as well to capitalize on his air control.
Soul's up 107 to 57 total supply. Holy cannoli. All right, I mean, the trick here is you're ahead, but if you don't finish off Clem here, he can catch up. He can make up for the deficit that he's in right now because he's a scary, scary player. And again, that 6 o'clock that he has is real scary. He's pushing out with an army of his own coming up the left side. And Clem could turn this into a much, much better situation for him. The Liberators arrive. The tanks are gone. Their time is over. Trying to burn down this planetary with Marines is often a great idea. But yeah, Clem coming up this left side. He's going to take down at least one of Sol's bases.
Yeah, but the problem is there's really no answer for the Liberator tank composition that Sol has. This base gonna die, this base gonna die now that it can't be repaired, courtesy of the Liberators. And yeah, Sol will lose this one base here, however he's got another one there. It gets harder and harder to break a PF exponentially the more Marines you lose, so Clem can try and bring this one down with his tanks, with his Marines. He's still in such a rough position, as he has been for seemingly the past 5 minutes or so.
Definitely true.
And yeah, Sol taking it rather slow, just moving forward with his Liberators sieging up on the tanks, and there's really no answer for this by Clem. He's being pinned into a corner, and once the tanks eventually get on top of his production, he's done. He's not making Vikings to counter the skies. He knows that he's too far behind on that, so he's got to stint forward, but this is a losing situation, and Clem seems to be done here, despite taking a fight on this side of the map as well.
But Tank Planetary Fortress, pure Marine's going to have a hard time dealing with that for sure. Liberator is definitely the key to the victory here for Sol. And it looks like it's going to be a 2-0 lead for Poland here. I know Clem hasn't tapped out, but... I mean, okay.
Yeah, he hasn't tapped out, but he is dead.
He's dead. He's dead man walking.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he's going to try and go for a drop on top of this. You got to give it to him for the fighting spirit. He may actually be able to clean this up, but he's not.
No.
Yeah, GG gets called. Sol with the upset.
Mana called it. Mana asked Clem to lose, and Clem did.
How nice of him.
I know. What a kind boy.
And already the players throwing some banter in the chat. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the unique match here. It's going to be the 2v2 on the 2v2 map, Rascallion.
Excellent. Always love a good 2v2. Mana says, thanks, Clem. Slides the envelope under the desk. Yeah, Mana is just a legend. He's been around for so long. Great, great player. Great, great guy. Love Mana. A lot of people love Mana.
All right, let's get the 2v2 teams in. It's going to be, yeah, Sol Mana. Mana making his first match. Clem and Sol having just played. And Denver as well. Just all right. Yeah, big thanks to everyone for tuning in today. We have, it's been great to see the turnout of everyone. Make sure to let your friends know, that you're watching this, leave a 1-up on the stream.
Yeah, thumbs up. That's how they do it here on Africa. Reminded me to do it. There we go. 1-upped the channel, 1-upped the stream right now.
Alright, we're getting all the players into the lobby. Hey there, Caster Muse, hanging out in chat.
Yeah, Caster Muse stopped by. Here to watch some excellent, excellent StarCraft 2 action and the 2v2 variety.
Mm-hmm.
Denver's asking 2v2 first. Yes, we. Clem either has the lobby bug or he is reconsidering that last game.
Maybe he needed to step aside.
Yeah, perhaps.
So
That would make sense.
interesting thing about this, when initially coming up with the matches for this, the 2v2 was originally going to be the 2 Terrans and the 2 Protoss on a team. Because Zergs, in StarCraft 2 anyway, hate 2v2. Anytime you talk to a Zerg player, it seems they hate it. So I just naturally was like, yeah, the Zergs won't want to play. But Denver and Clem actually play 2v2 together at times.
Oh, perfect.
So Denver wanted to play despite Zerg players seemingly hating 2v2.
That's interesting.
And so I was like, oh, cool.
Well, good. I'm glad that Denver has that that practice under his belt.
Mm-hmm.
Soul needs a quick second.
Yeah, I hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday. I could not think of a better match to have on a Sunday for StarCraft 2. These 2 countries just showing as their incredible depth. As there's not a lot of countries in StarCraft 2 that can field 3+ competitive players, which both these countries can do.
True fact. France and Poland, 2 of the strongholds of StarCraft 2 in the world right now, and for a long time. I mean, Poland dates back to Brood War. A lot of great Polish Brood War players. France, more of a recent StarCraft 2 thing, but I mean, that's 10 years at this point, so not exactly brand new that France is great at StarCraft.
It's so funny talking about anything StarCraft 2. You're like, oh, this guy's new. It's like he's been around for 5 years already.
I don't know. StarCraft 2 is new in my heart. It feels like it came out just yesterday.
I know. Time goes slow. Like, remember when PtitDrogo won DreamHack?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago.
Oh, my gosh. 5 years ago. Whew. Feeling old. Time keeps moving. All right. Soul's ready to rock.
Gotta make sure all the players are actually ready.
Mm-hmm.
In this full 2v2 lobby. Just waiting on Denver. Alright, and there we go. The 2v2 is beginning. It's a Terran versus Protoss against a Terran and Zerg.
I'm excited for this. I mean, any team situation where all 3 races are represented like this is always really fun. Just forces everybody to account for everything, every part of StarCraft. You can't ignore any of it.
Mm-hmm. Now, my question for you, Falcon: Are you ready? Are you ready to commentate a 2v2?
Absolutely. Ready as I'll ever be.
It can be a bit of a struggle bus at times.
It can be. But I cast 3v3s fairly consistently, so 2v2 is not as bad.
Yes, you're more experienced in this than I am.
All right.
Okay, so I guess I'll introduce the team in the bottom right. We have got Mana, the Protoss player, and Soul, the Terran we just saw, representing Team Poland.
And on the top side, we've got our Zerg player. He's Denver, the last dinosaur. And next door, his teammate, Clem. So this is a nice map because you share a base. So if you'll want, you can pretty easily just kind of wall off one ramp to both of your bases. But at the same time, if you want to expand, you got to go down these ramps and do a little bit of a more of a risk. But, you know, Zerg players got to have them 2 bases. So that's part of what makes Zergs not like these 2v2 scenarios, is they have to put themselves out there and be a little bit more risky than the other players do. A little bit more vulnerable to, you know, 1 base all-in attacks from 2 players instead of just 1. It can be really difficult to deal with if your base is on the outside of a wall like this. But just doing the standard stuff, 16, 18, 17 here from Denver. On the other side, no quick expansions from anybody here. There we go. They're throwing down the 1 gate expand.
Yeah.
Is mana?
I will say that Soul's walling off the high ground, Mana's walling off the low ground. I'm curious if this was a plan for these guys or if they were on a different page. Although I guess that is the two races showing their traits there. Protoss, PVZ usually walls off low ground. Terran walls off high ground for starters, so...
It's a good point. But yeah, you'd think... I don't know. Like, it's not that smart to wall off against a Terran anyway, so... Hard to do. Clem doesn't matter for him.
No. He's with the Zerg. Okay, so we've got a Stargate on the way for Mana. Reaper Expand for Soul, whereas Clem has gone for that expansion as well, but with the slightly quicker factory, it looks like.
Reaper being an annoyance, as per usual. Slowlings can't do much about this off creep. And the SCV does go down before the Marine can arrive. KD8 charge dodged really well by Clem there. And we're turning into a situation where the Reaper can technically survive, but it gets harder and harder. But now that he's got a friend, let's keep this thing rolling.
Oh yeah, this is looking a little bit dicey. These Reapers giving a lot of grief to Clem and Denver out the gate. The two Hellions about to finish up for Clem. However, which of course are going to help out tremendously, but then the Adept shows up that belongs to Mana. And this is where 2v2 kind of just becomes a madhouse.
Bit of a clown fiesta at times. Yeah, so I got the Hellions to deal with the Adepts as per usual. Hellions to deal with the Hellions as per usual. Queen is really good here, but she's off creep, so she can't really chase anything down. But as a defensive position, she's doing fantastic. But yeah, they just really want to make sure this third base by Denver doesn't die. Oh! Speedlings! Oh, almost got that surround. They do get it! Looks like everything for Soul's gonna die here. But did they do enough damage is the question.
I don't think much damage was actually done when everything's tallied up. Denver gets his third base up, which is big for Team France. Mana hurriedly throws up a wall, secures up that natural base as they hadn't done that, and then they're like, wait, there's a Zerg. Better do that. Soul throws up a bunker too, as we see, in comes Clem and Denver. Oh. The wall's wide open, the Hellions are in, the Lings are going to be streaming across the map as well. This is looking real bad here for
Zergling Hellion team. Yeah, this really feels like a team that plays together a lot and knows what they're doing. Phoenix comes in. Two Phoenix come in for the lift, and Oracle has been murdering a couple SCVs on the other side of the map here. The Phoenix just keeping the Hellions out of play as long as they can. Denver's Ling still running around, being a bit of a nuisance, but, you know, an SCV and a probe here and there. Okay, the response is not super great here out of Mana. There we go, finally figures out what's happening, deals with these Lings, but not before a couple more probes die.
Yeah, Mana getting harassed quite a bit. Meanwhile, Clem did take that little bit of harassment on his side of the map. So as far as the Terrans go, Soul has got the SCV lead. Mana, though, only at 35 probes. Denver at 50, so making a few comparisons here and there. The Protoss player is going for Mass Phoenix, which is a strong composition in 2v2. The Zerg player just firing up 2 Roach Warrens. And yeah, things seem to be calming down momentarily.
A little bit. I mean, 2v2, it's hard for it to be quiet for too long, as we can see Vikings dealing with Phoenix on the other side of the map, and units running all over the place here. Roach Warren about to finish up here from Denver, so he's going to go the Roach play. I wonder what Clem's going to add on. 2 more barracks seems to be the play of the day here. So regular old bio with maybe some Roach Ravager support could be pretty good here. And multiple factories on the way from Soul. So is he trying to go the Mechie style? Yeah.
Mech in 2v2 is pretty darn strong, as Soul's got Mana to defend in the skies, so he can pretty much just mass tanks if he wants to. Like how Soul killed off Mana's pylon. You think he asked him to do that first?
No. I think he trusted that Mana trusts him. We're getting tunneling claws on Denver's side of the map. That's
okay.
very fun.
So the 2 roach horns actually having purpose there.
Oh, did you just cancel? What did you just cancel? Something down there. Anyway, yeah, tunneling claws. But man, against all these siege tanks, I don't care if you're under the ground. You're probably going to die to a million tanks.
Yeah, I mean, detection-wise, it's not like Mana's got obs out, though, to see those roaches. So it's going to be on Soul with the scans. He is popping up turrets. Or no, that's Clem, pardon me. Soul's popping up 3 sensor towers, but no turrets yet. Because he doesn't need anti-air, because Mana's got the Phoenix. So these roaches could actually cause so much chaos here for Soul Mana, potentially.
Boy, they could. His Phoenix up top doing some work. There is a turret present because, again, we don't have the Phoenix. We need that anti-air. Clem moving out with his Marine tank scenarios here. In production, a Hive. More drones. Denver's like, you know, if I don't need to make a giant army, I'm not going to do it yet. Let's get that economy rocking. He's at 79 drones already. Introducing some Hydralisks into play.
Oh, man,
Phoenix are so good in team games.
Yeah, Clem just having his economy be wrecked. Phoenix don't care about one missile turret, guys. And Denver's roaches don't shoot up, so Clem's really having a tough time. He's lost 31 SCVs. You think that this is partially Mana and Soul's plan? They're like, Clem is the best of us, so we need to keep him down. Oh man, the roaches though. Every base being compromised here. Oh my god, this is beautiful by Denver.
And there's nothing in any of these bases to handle it.
No, this is terrible. And
Blue Flame
Clem
Hellions
all of a sudden. Tanks and Marines being shuttled to the natural base of Soul. The meching Terran will be slow to respond. He drops a scan. But he's going to have to drop a lot more scans to clean up all these roaches. What does Mana do for detection? He hasn't fired up an Oracle or anything. He can lift the roaches up to prevent them from reburrowing. The roaches for Denver going to unburrow on top of one of these tanks. All the while, Clem dropping on top of the other one. Yeah. So
he just got 2 tanks for like 3 roaches. Nice trade.
That was great. Mana, though, just lifting up all the Marines with the Phoenix. He's got so many.
Is it enough? Oh my gosh, it's enough. That is so many Phoenix.
He's got 20 Phoenix. We do see, though, Denver fires up Vipers.
There we go. The parasitic bomb necessary in this situation. Maybe some fungal, too. But the spell casting, you have to spell cast against that many Phoenix. You just can't let them continue to increase in numbers and fly around like this. He's just pumping 2 at a time casually, working on +2 attack. You know, as you do as a Protoss in a team game.
Yeah, Clem's economy has not been great. He's down on supply, but then again, his teammates almost max with nasty Hydra Viper composition. And Soul and Mana, between the 2 of them, aren't looking too formidable, to be honest. I mean, Soul does have the tanks and such, but not in that high of a quantity that the Vipers won't be able to deal with them. And if the Vipers take out the Phoenix, it's going to be looking real tough for Team Poland.
Yeah, the Phoenix are just scary. Ooh, Nidus network getting constructed by Denver here. Love a good Nidus.
Alright, Hellion run by getting done by Soul, picking off some of Denver's drones. This is the first real harassment, it seems, the Zerg player has taken this game.
Yeah, even after that harassment, he's at 72 workers. He's alright.
Yeah, he's fine. Great splits by Mana, reacting to the parasitic bomb. Phoenix getting softened up. Now Denver losing more drones as this goes on, so the Phoenix not just wrecking Mana, but he's got to be careful, and he's going to elect to recall to help come back, deal with this drop as well as just get the safety there.
Man, the Phoenix!
And there's the Nidus, though.
Just killing everything, yeah, but detected fairly quickly, and the Phoenix ball is right here.
You're going to pop out of there, Hydras?
I mean, do you want to put anything out? Yeah, the 3 seconds available to unload stuff. Do you want to do anything? Probably not.
Oh, man. This 2v2 is already looking pretty nutty here.
So Denver's maxed out on this Roach Hydra stuff. Clem's at 90 supply. Soul and Mana are not near maxed out either. So it's the Denver show currently, but Roach Hydra not great at scaling, it turns out. And especially considering Mana is transitioning into carriers now, the Hydras are going to lose functionality as the carrier count gets bigger. If there's 2 or 3 carriers, sure.
Yeah.
But 6, 7, 8, that's where things get rough. So if we can get in here before the carrier count gets too high, this could be a GG. But if the carrier count gets that big, then we need to pull back and reconsolidate for something else if you're the Zerg.
The parasitic bombs not getting tossed out just yet. The Viper play is going to be real important here. But the Phoenix zoning them out. Soul also with Vikings zoning them out. The air control, as you said, is going to be looking huge for this team here soon. Interestingly, funnily enough, actually, supply is fairly close when you add up both teams.
Nidus Worm erupt somewhere. I don't know. Phoenix getting kills up here at the 12 o'clock. Just picking off individual drones here. Denver still at 73 workers. He's just not worried about it. So there we go. Blinding Cloud on all the tanks is what we do. And we do have enough Hydras to handle these interceptors.
Yeah, the bio of Clem stepping forward too.
The defensive tanks firing on those Hydras is really good for helping the carriers win this fight, though. And yeah, the ground army here for Soul was enough to help get rid of the Hydralisks, so the carriers didn't have to retreat from that position. Really, really good timing there.
The Phoenix.
And the Phoenix just do not die. They do not die.
Yeah. If Mana lost all the Phoenix to Parasitic Bomb earlier, we'd be looking at a completely different game, but he's done a great job keeping them alive. He can even really lose them now as he's got out that high carrier count. And yeah, Denver 160 supply, only 60 drones, whereas the opposing team is at a healthy 70 plus worker count each. And yeah, Soul playing mech, it's going to be very difficult to deal with Clem's bio. There's not a lot that's going for Team France right now.
Man, he's just doubling down on this Hydra stuff. Got +3 missile attack. He's making more Vipers. He's not tossing down Spires at all. So Denver's decided he doesn't need Corruptors or anything for this, which I don't know that I agree with, but in a team game where maybe you can rely on Clem for some of that anti-air, you don't necessarily need to go into those Corruptors. The Vikings might be able to provide that particular benefit. Maybe Marines too. Like, you generally don't see Marines against carriers against Terran just because there's so many good answers to them. But in 2v2, again, all that math gets thrown out the window, and some things are more viable than others. Thor production has begun from Soul here, really just easing into that mech here really hard.
Yeah, it wasn't an easy route for Team Poland to get into the late game, but now that they're at this mech plus carrier composition, that's arguably the best 2v2 composition that there is. I'm not sure that the Biohydra is just going to be able to cut it. Denver made those Vipers. It's all going to be about the usage of them. I mean, the carriers are engaging. The interceptors will be rather vulnerable here, and a lot of them do go down. Then the massive ducks on the carriers is looking real good. So, Mana maybe getting a little bit overzealous there.
Yeah, carriers pulling back, hanging out with his Viking and tank friends that are necessary to making this work.
Clem trying to take the base within Soul's sensor tower. His other base is actually within the sensor tower too. Soul's stepping forward though with his mass Thor tank. And there's not a lot of tanks out for Clem either to help deal with this. So this base going to be compromised.
Carriers pulled into defensive positions up here. There's some Burrow Hydra over there. Not something you see a lot. Down to the south a little bit there, but yeah, Planetary Fortress versus all of the +3 Hydras known to man. Not going to happen. Just get out of there when the million carriers arrive.
Yeah, Denver gets out of there without taking too many losses.
Blue Flame Hellions, so good against them Hydralisks. Bonus versus light, which is what the Hydras are.
Ooh. These Hydras down here kill off Soul's other base, so Soul now losing 2 bases. Gonna have to treasure the units he has because his economy isn't gonna be looking too good.
Sniping off a Clem Planetary with Thors. Excellent stuff. The chaos is real right now, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness gracious, the Thors are just pushing further into Clem's positions here. Tanks setting up. The Hydras really don't want to jump in there at all. Another one of Clem's bases is gonna go down. Team France just going the other way, though. Oh, boy. See, this is why you don't see carriers versus Terran is right there.
4 carriers go down. Mana's all of a sudden fighting by himself, and this is looking disastrous for Team Poland as Mana caught off guard there. The Vipers abducting carriers into them. So many going down. Mana loses pretty much his entire fleet there, and just by bypassing Seoul, Team France takes a great fight at the same time. Thors and tanks rolling up to the main base.
Feels handleable. But I don't know. I mean, Clem's not maxed out. Denver's not maxed out. Abducting the Thors into your Hydra Ball could totally work. Same thing for the tanks.
Yeah.
He's making 7 more Vipers for that purpose.
Yeah, if Denver can take a fight against just this mech army and consolidate his forces, that would be great for him, but instead his Hydras are on the other side of the map, so he's not really responding to this army. Clem's gonna try and stall this out as much as he can, but Clem losing pretty much every single one of his bases. He's got literally 1 burning orbital left. Make that no bases. So Clem's pretty much out of this game at this point besides the forces he has, and it's all on Denver to clean this up. And he's going to need a wonderful fight. It's going to have to be some great blinding clouds on the Terran mech army.
I'm not feeling it, LaughNgamez.
Don't you believe in a thing called 39 Hydras?
No.
I mean, that's a lot of Hydras, so we'll see. Where's the blinding clouds? They need to get tossed down right away. There they go.
No.
Parasitic bomb goes down. I mean, Hydras are pretty good.
They are.
The tanks
they're
don't
really
get
good, but they're too darn squishy is their problem.
Yeah, the tanks didn't get killed, so that's probably it for Team France. Oh my gosh, Team Poland looking to go up 3-0.
Clem's having a bad day.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, all he can do is watch at this point, I think.
He's got 1 tank and 4 SCVs, but Denver's not looking much better. I mean, he just made like 10 drones. That's not really what he needs right now. Yeah.
Mana, just making 3 more carriers. He's like, good unit, carrier. What's that? I lost my entire carrier fleet? Make more!
Yeah. Mana's like, this is 2v2. I know what to do. I mean, the Hydras try. Carriers being abducted into 4 Hydras isn't going to cut it. More Hydras being made, but that's it. GG, double GG, as Soul Mana puts Team Poland on the precipice of winning.
Oh. Holy smokes. Mana, just killing it. Looked so good. His Phoenix were unkillable and unstoppable units. Transitions into carriers, great micro on those. Good upgrades, obviously, because he's upgrading the Phoenix the whole time. And yeah, he MVP of the match for sure. I still feel like the Hydras are the bad choice. I don't know. Again, abducting the carriers into the Hydra wall, we saw that work, especially with the Marine support, but Corruptors are the better play, but again, Corruptors are useless against the mechs, so 2v2. Tough place to make that work as a Zerg player. Maybe part of the reason why Zergs don't like the 2v2s.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly think that just meching as Terran in 2v2 is the better choice. As once you get to that composition, it's pretty much mech plus anything, or carriers plus anything, is really tough to deal with compared to Hydra, Viper, and then the Marines, as you said. And so, guys, it's basically all on Denver now.
Ooh, Denver.
In order to save Team France. He literally needs to all-kill Team Poland here.
Denver, the last dinosaur. Got to make this thing happen. Denver, the last Frenchman. What's up, Kaya, Roland, and Lunas in chat? Mana Soul sounds like a neat indie game. Can't argue with that.
Let's update that there. Mana versus Denver going to be our next match. And so, yeah, we're basically transitioning. We've got Mana Denver, and then it's all kill afterwards. So if Denver loses this match, that's it for Team France. If he wins it, then he's got to beat 3 more, basically the entire roster of Team Poland all over again. So good luck, Denver. We're pulling for you.
Legendary day for Denver. Could be. Could easily be.
Making sure all the players are ready. Devana says Denver the last dinosaur.
There you go.
Oh, crap. You are not in the game. Whoops.
Oh, sorry. I didn't join up. Did you start it?
I canceled. Whoops.
Okay. Thank you.
Hopefully that canceled it. And that the players will realize. Okay. Yes, they realize. That's good.
Okay.
Oh, that was a close one.
It was. Sorry, I was distracted by all the chatter.
I was too, because I didn't notice you weren't in the lobby. So. All right.
Oh, Tilko means only. So Mana's in chat saying, only Denver. And Denver saying, Tilko Denver.
Okay, guys. Let's see if only Denver can do it.
Whew. Only Denver. Here we go. Against, again, the Elder Statesman Mana. Which, again, I keep saying that. How old is Mana? Let's find out real
He's
quick.
like 29, I think.
The Wikipedia says she's 27, which, come on.
Okay.
It's not even that old.
No.
No.
All
Say
right.
that anyway.
Anyway, here we have him in the bottom right. He just needs to win this map, and then that's it. It's
I
Mana.
mean, no pressure. In top left, he is the last dinosaur. It's Denver.
So, last one of these matches that we did, or I guess that I did, we've done this before. It was Team France versus Team Poland. It was a 4-3, and Team France got saved by someone who's not here, DNS. So we'll see if the Frenchmen can keep up that trend of pulling it out at the last minute.
It would be, honestly, legendary. One of the greatest things I've ever seen in Starcraft 2, if he pulls this off. Not an easy road he's on right now, but, you know, Denver's experienced. He's been a professional for a very long time. He knows Mana. Winning this game is not impossible at all.
Yeah, take it match by match.
Yeah.
You got
just
this, buddy.
One bite at a time. That's all you got to do. There's a Shel Silverstein poem about a girl who ate a whale.
Oh?
Like someone cooked up a whale and served it to her, and she ate it one bite at a time.
Huh.
It's a lot more clever when it rhymes and stuff, but my storytelling not super accurate. Weird guy, Shel Silverstein.
I mean, I guess if you sat down at a table, you could just eat an entire whale. Just space your bites out enough.
Right. Just take a long time.
Like a long, long time.
Right. Just how you gotta approach it. Being annoying with this probe, he really wants to kill that drone, like real bad.
Mana's going for the tilt factor right now.
He is. He
Like
knows that Denver's
0-3,
already nervous. He feels all the
0-3.
pressure. It's not a bad idea. You know,
Imagine-
someone's already feeling a ton of pressure, and you just like step on them a little bit.
Yeah, imagine if there was a spray that was like a 0-3 spray that players could use.
Oh.
That would be killer.
I mean, those are custom, right? You can just make your own.
I don't think you can make your own spray. You can make your own, like, floating thing by your base.
Yeah. You can't customize the sprays.
I don't believe so. Otherwise,
Bummer.
I feel I'd remember being BM'd by some unique sprays.
That's true. I don't know. What percentage of the player base knows that sprays exist is my question.
Not a lot. I think
And
I
of
found
those-
that hotkey some time ago.
Yeah. And of those, how many know how to use them?
When sprays came around, I was literally like, I don't have a place to put this, and just
Right.
unbound it.
No, I honestly could not throw down a spray in a game if you paid me $100. I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I'd have to look at the options. I've never thrown down a spray in my whole life.
So the
Every time
adaptive
somebody
monitor-
uses ones, I'm like, oh yeah, sprays.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, the guy at Blizzard who came up with that idea, who's no longer employed at Blizzard, is like, yay!
Right. I was gonna say that guy's long gone. All right, I'm gonna look this up. Sprays. Okay, so you get sprays from like war chest events and stuff. There's a Diva spray. There's a Zerg Protoss Terran spray. There's an In Control spray. There's a whole bunch of sprays that I've never, ever, ever seen used in the game. Not a single time. There's a salty spray. Oh man, that one should be used all the time. You know what I saw the other day though?
What?
There's a red balloon spray, right?
Is there?
Reason. Yep. So a Terran threw down the red balloon spray and then put his nuclear launch dot on the red balloon. It was evil and brilliant. And it totally worked.
I remember when players were were like theory crafting that, like, oh, you can place a spray where you put your Widow Mine.
Yeah. That never happened.
Yeah, no. It's you're pretty busy in Starcraft to actually make use of something like that. Denver's gone for a Ling strategy. 20 Lings on the way, +1 attack.
Really? Against a Resonating Glaive Adept play from Mana. I'm gonna say...
Oh, a Nidus.
Man, Resonating Glaive Adepts are so good against Lings.
Yeah.
But Ling Queen, not terrible.
Yeah, they're not great. They're not great against Queens. The Lings are gonna get this shield battery at the 3rd. That's gonna distract Mana quite a bit.
Adept is gonna die. Is he gonna lose this 3rd?
No. I don't think... Well, even if he does, there's all the Adepts crossing the map. Now, this is where things become concerning here for Mana. If these Adepts get cleaned up quickly, then all it is a counter Nidus into game over, basically. And the Adepts are getting surrounded by the Lings here.
The +1 is not done, but that is a lot of Lings, and all the Adepts are dying real fast.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Denver tosses up the Nidus right next to Mana's base. Mana doesn't have anything in position to deal with this. I think the Dinosaur is going to do it.
He doesn't have anything at all. It's not in position. He doesn't have an army right now.
Yeah, Mana's like, slow Zealots. His Void Ray was not in position to deal with this. There's the Queens popping out. I think Denver is going to keep the hope alive for Team France.
Denver, the last dinosaur. Let's go. Creep Tumor gets down. Where are the Zerglings? Here
they are at the 3rd base.
Oh. They're also coming into the main base a little bit, too.
There you go. There's just a lot of Lings everywhere, it seems.
+1 Lings. Decent unit.
Pretty good.
Oh, that Tumor getting down is so annoying, too.
Lings are going in one Nidus and coming out the other now.
Aw. Secondary Nidus gets destroyed. Doesn't really matter, because the primary one is fine.
Shield batteries.
Shield battery. Overcharge. Okay. Without overcharge, I think that's GG, but overcharge allows Protoss to stay alive a little bit longer. Trying to hold position Lings inside the natural base, but there's an Oracle down there. I don't know, man. Mana could maybe hold here.
This one together. This is actually an incredible defense.
Shield battery overcharge is a good unit.
Yeah, his batteries are almost out of energy, though, so the Queen's working away on the Void Rays.
Yeah, the Queen DPS against ground units isn't great, but it's consistent, and it just keeps coming.
Denver's got a Spire on the way behind this. I dig it. And it looks like he's just going to transition out of this. The Protoss is on 2 bases. Whack-a-mole begins as the Zerg bounces to the next base.
That Zealot's going to die. Shield battery's running low on HP, or energy. HP's fine.
There is a Creep Tumor, so there can always be more Niduses. And while Mana has held on, it's like, is he holding on just to die later?
This is the question as per usual.
A lot of Adepts going to push these Queens away as in goes the Zerg. You know, it's slowly loading into the Nidus. Creep Tumor's being cleaned up, but yeah, Mana has got to now bounce back to the other side to deal with this Nidus. Do Queens pop out and transfuse? No, they don't. They're actually unloading at home to deal with the Void Rays, so...
Which is fair, because the Void Rays are a problem.
Yeah. 10 Mutas is also going to be a problem.
Yeah. It's probably going to be a recall on those Void Race.
Hmm.
Especially because one of them is real injured. Is there a recall available?
Yeah, I think so. Even if there is, though, it's like, do 2 Void Rays save you as mana?
No, I just mean keeping him alive because the mutas are going to chase him down.
Oh.
Oh, but I guess the mutas are here, then a recall to try to deal with the mutas would be nice, but I don't know, man. 6 Stalkers immediately warp in. That's going to help.
Yeah. Ling's hitting the 3rd base, though.
Yeah, 3rd base is not happening for mana today, doesn't seem like.
Yeah, the Stalkers can try to push these mutas away. Mana's making a Phoenix. He's got charge, 1/1 upgrades on the way, and the Templar Archives as well. But he's still on 2 bases. He's so broke, and the mutas are just going to keep running around, and Denver can just keep pumping out more. A couple drones going down. There's the counterattack by Mana. This is actually getting some work done.
It is, but these Banelings are going to connect, and the Adepts are all in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, +1 Banelings with the Lings, too.
Ooh. Some of them got out, though.
Yeah, a good chunk did. So Denver taking damage on his side of the map, but then the mutas can just clean them up, so.
So if Mana had a 3rd base, I feel better about his chances of winning this game, but he does not. He's trying to take it, just kind of naked down there, but
I think we're just gonna
so risky.
head to a base trade, right? He makes the 3 Archons, then goes for it, I want to say.
Alright, 3rd base canceled again. Mutalisks. Ugh. Can't fight those Archons, guys. Yeah, but I don't know that Denver has enough DPS. Like, there's not enough available damage to win a base race, but sure, Mana's going for it.
Yeah, he's got his batteries that are going to buy time for him, and this really seems to be the only choice for Mana. Denver's making 19 Banelings, and he's got all of his queens. 19 Banes is a lot. Mana throws up a Nexus in the top right. He knows that this is all or nothing for him. The Archon's going to try and tank the Banelings, but then if the Archons die, there's nothing to deal with the mutas. So Mana's trying to make it happen here. He did a beautiful job splitting his forces there, but he's down to 24 supply. And it looks like Denver keeps Team France alive.
Denver! That was a scrappy game. Man, Adept Resonating Glaive opening into a Nidus +1 Ling Queen attack. Into Mana kind of holds it, into Mutalisks, into Archons, and by golly, what a match. Woo! Denver, keeping it alive. Viva la France. Oui, c'est ça.
Yeah, and takes the first map for Team France.
Who is up for Team Poland? Who is next? Denver's ready to rock.
All right, guys. We didn't get to say it because it was down earlier, but Matt Chirino is up. Go use coupon code POLFRANCE. POLFR, all caps. You can also grab the event replays if you like.
Pulfer.
All right, it's going to be a Elazer taking on Denver in a ZVZ. That's going to be spicy.
Ooh, always a spicy ZVZ.
And yeah, Elazer says it's him up next, just BRB. That's actually the perfect time to go use the Matcherino. Give these players a little bit of extra money for free using coupon code POLFR. And yeah, by doing so, you might encourage more of these team matches. Clem says now it's Denver all the way. That just makes the shocked face like, uh-oh.
Something happened here. France brain.
You guys hitting up that matcherino makes it great to see. Yeah, this is exactly what we wanted from a team match like this.
Denver's only a ZVP beast. Can't win other matchups, says Mana. Whoa! Harsh words.
Uh-huh.
From Mana.
I mean, it's ZVZ, right? Flip that coin.
Flip it. Knife fight in a phone booth. Flip that coin.
Yeah, I mean, Denver does have to beat Mana again, Elazer, and then Soul. In whatever order, starting with a laser here. Alright, both players are ready though. So here we go, guys. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning on into this match. It's been good fun. I know that I didn't update the tile there, but it is going to be Denver versus Elazer. Denver versus Team Poland is all we need to say at this point.
That tells the whole story, for sure.
Alright, and here he is, in the top right of 2,000 atmospheres. It's Denver.
Bottom left, it is the Hope of Poland, Elazer.
I guess one of the hopes of Poland.
Well, right now, he's the Hope of Poland. He's not the only Hope of Poland.
Poland's got lots of hope.
Yeah, lots of hopes. He's one of them. We're back to the fish motif here. Mm-hmm. This map was created for the January 2020 Team Liquid map contest. It did not get put into the map pool. People felt maybe it was too similar to Abyssal Reef. But as we've gone back in time to grab some of these maps that weren't good enough back then but are good enough now, it's here today.
Aesthetically too similar to Abyssal Reef?
Well, just the whole, you got the fish and the underwater motif and stuff floats up when it dies,
so
like you're underwater.
Not practically. Like, it looks nothing like the layout of Abyssal Reef.
Correct, just aesthetics.
But
accurate.
2 water maps is too much.
Apparently it was.
I mean, we have 7 land maps sometimes, no problem.
See, but we live on the land. We're biased for land.
Ah, I see how it is.
Just politics, man.
Sometimes we have space maps, although I guess...
Not? Well, yeah, we do.
Alright, so ZVZ. Let's go.
I wonder what the ratio of land to space maps has been over the last 10 years of Starcraft.
I feel like there used to be more space maps.
Me too. It really feels like we've trended more towards land maps.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's accurate, though.
We've trended as far away from space maps as possible so far that we've gone underwater.
I wonder if it's just because there's more variety in land maps.
Yeah.
I wonder if space just has fewer tools to play with, and map makers are just kind of bored with it.
Maybe, yeah. Give us a good space map, someone.
Yeah. What's the disco one that was a space map that had a lot of cool stuff on it?
Disco Bloodbath?
Something like that. Maybe that's not it. There's the one that was pink. Anyway, too many maps. A lot of fun stuff. Map makers. Well, I guess it's too late for that. I was gonna say make some more space maps.
Well, they're doing
the best
a contest,
we're gonna get is going back and grabbing some old space maps.
They're doing a contest, aren't they?
I don't know.
A Team Liquid map contest again, I think.
Is it back? Because
I thought there was one upcoming. Maybe I'm crazy.
Hang on, I'll look it up. Nothing's happening here. Team Liquid map contest, according to Liquipedia. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 was 2018, Team Edition, 12, 13, 2019, Team Liquid Map Contest 14 started in 2020.
I swear there was one announced.
Man. Not according to Liquipedia. The last thing listed here is Team Liquid Team Map Contest number 3 for team maps, and that was in summer of 2020, so a year ago.
Okay, I'm gonna dig more into this later.
Okay. I'm just saying.
I know. Alright, Roach Warren on the way here for Elazer. Denver sticking to his lings for now. Yeah, not making his own Roach Warren, which makes me a little bit worried. Just going hard on the drones. Fires up +1. But yeah, where's your Roach Warren, Denver? You're making me nervous.
Me too.
If Elazer makes some roaches, you're gonna be in trouble.
Oh, he just fires up 16 more lings.
Lasers making roaches. There's Denver's Roach Warren. Well, that's 40 seconds. How long does it take roaches to get across the map? Lasers going hard on the roaches. Denver, please. Oh, saves that Baneling. That's good.
Wow, very saved.
Yeah, he's got to fire up roaches pretty much as soon as he can, though. He sees the roaches of Elazer now crossing the map. He's got 10 seconds till his is done. He fires up a spine, 3 spines as a matter of fact, knowing that he's in trouble. Oh, the Lings of Denver run right into Elazer's Banelings. That's pretty much all of his army gone for now. Those spines cannot build quick enough for the Red Zerg, and yeah, for Denver, it's pretty much just all hands on deck, try and make this hold happen. He's got a wall up, but Elazer's got Banelings to crash through. Spines not yet done, so they're basically useless. The Banes destroy them. The Baneling runs right into the mineral line of Denver, and things are not looking good for Team France. Roaches pop out for Denver, but not in high enough quantity. A Baneling connects on pretty much all the drones as they're being slaughtered. GG gets called. Elazer takes it for Team Poland.
Little 5-minute ZVZ, that's all we needed. Elazer was, in fact, all the hope required today for Team Poland.
GG.
Great job. Apollo did announce a new Team Liquid map contest, but I don't know anything else.
I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy.
Rexdor in chat says you're correct. So, excellent.
Okay. All right, guys. That was it. Well done by Elazer closing it out there, not making his team unnecessarily sweat. But yeah, that was a great friendly match between the two teams. Some good banter.
Man, this is why Starcraft is so fun. If you had told somebody that Clem would go 0-2 in this thing, like, you would be like, what? No, impossible. No way. But yeah, he did. And this is the outcome we got. So this is why you watch stuff. Don't assume you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and then due to the format, since Team Poland shined early on, they didn't have to deal with a revival of Clem. So
yeah, which is huge.
Yeah, well done by Team Poland, taking the 4-1. And yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning in. It was a great turnout for this event. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to check out Falcon Paladin and I on Twitter and all the other social media and such. Hit up that Matcherino before you head on out. Coupon code POLFR adds to the prize pool for the winning team there for free. And yeah, thanks so much to everyone for tuning on in.
Yeah, thanks everybody again. Check us out on YouTube. You can find us just Googling our names, brings up all of our locations where we live out here on the internet. But thanks everybody for being here. Following us on Twitter is the best place to find out when the next one of these is. So if you want to be in the loop on that, give us a follow, and we'll tweet it out a few days in advance at least.
Yeah, and big thanks to Afrika for sponsoring this as usual. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks so much for tuning on in. Bye-bye.
Bye.